Hi, lovely peeps. Welcome back to our Empowerment Tools series. Today, we are going to talk about Empowerment Tool number 6, positive thoughts and your values. How your thinking shapes your world. When we feel good, we typically have good thoughts about ourselves. When we feel unhappy, we typically have negative thoughts, beliefs, or emotions working in us that make us feel badly about ourselves. So it's important for us to find ways to change that. So let's start right off with an exercise. I want you to make a list of your values and positives, at least 3 to 5, and activities that are important to you and that make you feel good about yourself. Go even one step further and ask 3 or more people you trust and like for the 5 top qualities they admire or appreciate about you. For instance, they might say that you're honest, that you're fun, caring, courageous, and motivated. Act according to these values. When you act according to these values every day, you will feel good about yourself and you will create that confidence in yourself that this is the person who you are. If you slip because you might have a bad day, don't worry. Just start all over again. You are worth it. Be kind to yourself. Once you have defined your values, I want you to turn up the volume of your positive inner voice by focusing on these strength, values, and qualities. Remember what you believe you can achieve. When you know your values and you act upon them, you are less likely to get dominated by criticism of others or your own judgment of not being good enough or not being lovable enough, because you know your values and you act upon them as much as you can. You can keep that list of values handy and even bring it to social gatherings or meetings to have a reminder of who you want to be. If you feel you have specific negative thoughts and beliefs, for instance, no matter what I do, I feel like I'm never enough, or I hate my body, or I'm not smart enough, don't worry. Ask yourself if you might be falling into negative thinking traps. Negative thinking traps can be something like fortune telling. I know I will mess up. I will never be able to manage my anxiety. Or you might have black and white thinking, something like anything less than perfect is a failure. I've planned to eat only healthy foods, but I had a piece of chocolate cake. Now my diet is completely ruined. Maybe you have a mind reading mindset where you say others think I'm stupid or she doesn't like me, and you might make assumptions. Maybe you overgeneralize things such as I always make mistakes, I'm never good at public speaking. Maybe you're labeling yourself such as I'm stupid or I'm a loser. You might even overestimate danger and say, oh my goodness, I will faint, I will go crazy, or I will die. There's many thinking traps that we are falling into. Others are filtering certain things, catastrophizing certain things. You might use should statements. Challenge these negative beliefs. Write them down every time they come up. Write them down and remind yourself on your values and act according to them. We all make mistakes. It's important that we get back on track. Check out more positive statements. So let's take one example. For instance, if you have a situation and you feel you're very anxious all the time, you can just talk positively about yourself. So you could say, instead of oh my god, I'm always so anxious, I will do mistakes, you could say I am brave. Right now I have a lot of strength. Let's say that might be one of your values. You might be saying, I can get through this no matter long, no matter what. Remind yourself on your values and change your negative self-talk into more positive one. So let's say you're a parent, and let's say your child is very negative because it thinks it might fail at school. So you as a parent could say, are there some more helpful things you could say to yourself? So your child might say, I don't know. What if I'm going to fail? As a parent, again, you could say, what are your values? What do you want to achieve? And the child might say, I don't know. I guess I could tell myself to try my best. So that's already one step closer and one step more positive. The parent then could say, yes, what could you say to yourself based on everything we talked about? And the child might say, well, I guess I might be fortune telling. So the child is able to realize the thinking trap it falls in. I don't know for sure that I will fail, and I usually pass tests. And even if I do fail, it's not the end of the world. I can probably make up the marks or study more for the next text. And the parent could be encouraging and say, yes, that's right, I love how you think. So we can rephrase those negative thinking traps into more positive steps by choosing one better thought at a time. When we learn how to successfully befriend our brains, only then will we see a change in our behavior. Because again, our thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings create our choices. If we can develop a sense of pride, knowing that we have the power to control what we think and consequently how we feel, we will build up these good feelings. And we will recognize when we're in a thinking trap and think badly about ourselves. And we can share and change that quickly by putting consistent efforts into changing our thinking. Next time, we will be talking about how our brain is hardwired and why it's so natural for us to be negative, and find ways how we can reinforce that positive thinking and those positive new brain wiring. I hope this video helped today. Have a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye.